This is the process shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and at least it's not a swamp. Ruby Gentry is a melodrama from 1952 from director King Vidor that follows the life and times of Ruby Corey, a young woman who lives in a rural community with a tomboyish personality and a fiercely independent spirit. It's a lifestyle that comes at odds with those within her hometown, some of whom humor her free-spirited side, but most of whom make a pariah out of her. As time moves on, her resentment for that community grows, even after marrying Jim Gentry, one of the town's wealthiest men, and eventually having her revenge against those who have wronged her, though doing so comes at a cost she may not have been prepared to pay. The story and plotting is balanced pretty well, condensing both her growing resentment and her personal exploits together in an even manner that solidly intertwines the two aspects of her life, rather than present them in a back-and-forth manner and entirely separate from each other. Ruby herself is given a great deal of development and attention, of course, though this comes at the expense of the development of other characters, including the men in Ruby's life who try to woo her. They do get some backstory, but their personalities don't see much of a substantial change over time. It also doesn't help that their stories are generally exposited through narration as well, with the narrator himself more of an observer of events rather than someone more active as a participant. Still, Ruby's story is the main narrative here, with the others being plot points more in service to her overall arc, and it's a narrative that is still entertaining and fulfilling. Furthermore, it could probably be argued that Ruby is a trailblazing figure of sorts when it comes to a feminist reading of the movie, seeing how she is a rather independent woman who strikes against cultural norms and is shunned for it, only to rise further above those she sees as obstacles. But then that ignores the actual romantic elements of the film, and also I'm not smart enough to know if that's even the truth. I just watch the movies and I review them. Anyways, the technical aspects of Ruby Gentry aren't anything too special, being used in a more practical sense than anything more creative. Cinematography keeps things in view. Audio is generally mixed well between score and sound design, and the film's colors are, well, it's a black and white movie, so I guess it's more about lighting. Even so, the film's lights keep everything nice and even. There actually isn't too much in the way of a visually creative flair, or at least nothing memorable which sticks out in memory. I feel like the film's rural settings could have played more into film noir aesthetics, but other than one brief sequence, there are too many lights to be able to play with shadows. In any case, the movie isn't so much about the story it wants to visually express, but more literally showcase. And it's a story that's pretty compelling overall. Ruby Gentry is a film that puts all its efforts on sharing the title character's story, and she manages to bear the load, and perhaps more than her co-stars are able to shoulder. Ruby Gentry, King Vidor, 1952. 3.5 stars. I'd say to give it a try sometime. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave it a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. If you want, subscribe to the channel for more reviews. In the meantime, I wonder if this place has any rifles. There's a lot of hunting in this movie, and I figure I may as well see if I can't try my hand at shooting something here. Then again, there's not really anything to hunt.